and they're headed by the 2010 champion hurdler Binocular. 5-1, Tony McCoy riding for Nicky Henderson, and seems to be returning to his very best form. 2 is Brampoor, much improved this season. Big ride here for young Harry Deerham, but he's 66-1, and it looks a big ask. 3 is Celestial Halo, past winner of the Triumph Hurdle at this meeting. First Grade 1 ride for Harry Skelton, 66-1. Now the champion, Hurricane Fly, has only ever been beaten twice over hurdles, and he looked very good on his return at Leopardstown. He's odds on to defend his title. Caerlann was a course and distance winner back in October, but in much lesser company, and will have to improve bundles to win today. Oscar's Well, another Irish challenger, 4th here 12 months ago in the Neptune, but hasn't been any sort of match really for some of the best hurdlers in Ireland this season. Overturn, just about the best dual-purpose horse in training, excellent horse on the flat and over hurdles, 20-1 and likely to make the running. 8 is Rock on Ruby, another for champion trainer Paul Nicholls, 2nd at the festival last year, 2nd to Binocular in the Christmas hurdle, not out of it. Zaidpour's been in very good form this season, winning all 4 of his races in Ireland, but mostly on much softer ground. And finally, the unbeaten Zarkandar back to winning form again when winning at Newbury last time on his belated reappearance. Successful in the Triumph Hurdle here last year.
What a key race.
Go on for today, and they all know it. They're down here a little bit earlier than usual. There were 5 minutes to go when they got to the start. Quite a lot of these runners have got quite warm. I have to say, particularly Hurricane Fly. Ruby's got his feet out of the irons there. He sweated up a bit, not as calm as he was walking from the stables. As indeed has Binocular, but it's not a cold day for the time of year. You can sort of see that with them. One that looks an absolute picture is Oscar's Well. Not a drop of sweat on him, looks an absolute delight there. You can see him, big sort of a horse, looks really well, but they know what's before them. It's the champion hurdle.
Time to have a look at the eye. Well, as you imagine, they're all different shapes and sizes here. Hurricane Fly and Zarkandar look tremendously well, but Overturn just got the pick for me, and Binocular on the way to post. Hurricane Fly, negative Rock on Ruby, and Hurricane Fly, and a little bit of money for Zaidpour. Zarkandar easy to back.
It's amazing, Jim, when the screws are turned on the horses, how they just get on their edge bro at the start. There's 5 or 6 of these sweating now. I mean, Hurricane Fly is a free enough sweater, so is Zaidpour, or not Zaidpour, but Binocular, they sweat a bit too as well. But it's just when it's a clammy sort of, not a cold day, but it's not a, I've seen colder days here, but they're just on their toes.
But Ted, actually, when you see horse sweat there by his number cloth, underneath there, the viewers at home can't see, there's what we call a numnut, a foam pad in most cases. So it doesn't absorb the sweat, does it? It just lets it drip off them. It never bothers me that much.
Well, only Binocular is helping to shore up the price against Hurricane Fly. From 5-1 Binocular, it was 11-2 with Boyle Sports this morning. It's now 4-1 here on the course with Earol on, 6-4 on Hurricane Fly. Zarkandar's touch 9-1 is now an 8-1 chance against Zarkandar, and 12-1 Rock on Ruby. Good support for Binocular.
Certainly is, mate. There's plenty of bets coming in, and on the exchanges he's coming into 5.7. Ben Keith, first pitch here for the year. He's on Hurricane Fly, 16,000. He's laid in one bet, 10,000. And another bet, some meaty bets going in on Hurricane Fly. Plenty of free pitches afterwards if he wins.
So, selections, Jim?
Well, I mean, Hurricane Fly, the obvious favourite, sets a very high standard. If there's one to turn him over, and I think, like you, he's a big price, it's Zarkandar. Those are the 2 main ones for me.
And Hurricane Fly, man, all the way through.
Well, I think he'll win, but odds on is no good to me. I'd have a little bit each way on Overturn. Thought he made the run-in, had plenty of use made of him last year. They've run 3 horses so far this afternoon, a winner and a third. Stabler obviously in form, and he looks fairly relaxed down at the start.
Yeah, well, the champion hurdles always run at a searching pace. It's always a battle from flagfall. And for sort of purists, it's the sort of long-anticipated hurdles highlight of the year, and 2 past champions, plus an unbeaten Triumph winner in Zarkandar. He's carrying the banner for the younger generation. I think this is very much a champion hurdle of pure quality, and the man to unravel the action, fast and furious as it will be, is the ever-fluent Simon Holt.
And the thing to watch out for, I always think in champion hurdles, is the horses that are travelling. It's a invariably a very strongly run race, but horses like Binocular and Hurricane Fly can really travel through their races, and you'd expect them both to be going well as they approach the home turn. There have been plenty of street fighters that have won champion hurdles, like Sir Hardy Eustace, go back to Monksfield, and Night Nurse as well, but equally some really classy ones tend to travel well, like Estebrac, See You Then, who won 3 times, and the last 2 winners, Binocular and Hurricane Fly, both really classy types, really classy hurdlers and fast jumpers. We're bang on 3:20 here, so the start not far away for this, the premier hurdle race of the season and the first championship race here at Cheltenham this week. A race with a long history, some wonderful winners down the years, and this one looks right up to scratch. The starter calling them out, Overturn, the yellow with the grey sleeves, Celestial Halo in the red sleeves, expecting both these to be to the forefront in the early stages. Champion trainer Paul Nicholls with 4 runners here, and 2 of them certainly want a fast pace, Rock On Ruby and Zarkandar. So expecting this to be a fast time under the prevailing conditions. They're walking forward, great order, binoculars usually switched off in the early stages, coming in, and away they go for the Stan James Champion Hurdle Challenge Trophy. And Overturn bounds into an early lead from Celestial Halo. Oscar's Well over on the inside. Binocular resting out the back there under Tony McCoy as they make the run now to the second, and Hurricane Fly is tucked away as well by Ruby Walsh in the royal blue jacket. And so Overturn from Celestial Halo, Rock On Ruby in the green sleeves third, Oscar's Well in fourth, 2.5 lengths then back to Zaidpour with the white face in the pink jacket, Zarkandar and Brampour and Hurricane Fly, Callan and Binocular are at the back of the field. So on towards the next, thundering towards the second flight, and it's Overturn that leads the way. Equally as good over hurdles or on the flat. Overturn, winner of a Northumberland Plate and a Chester Cup on the flat, and attacks that flight on a great stride. Jumped it well from Celestial Halo and Rock On Ruby. Then Oscar's Well back in third, Zarkandar, Zaidpour, Hurricane Fly, Brampour, Binocular and Callan. There'll be about a dozen lengths first to last as they make their way towards the back straight, and it's Overturn from Celestial Halo. Overturn and Jason Maguire from Harry Skelton on Celestial Halo. Binocular second last at the moment. Hurricane Fly fourth last, but early days as they run into the back straight and on towards the third flight. Overturn from Celestial Halo, Rock On Ruby is a handy third. Zaidpour in fourth place. A little break then to Zarkandar, followed by Hurricane Fly and Zaidpour as they jump the next. And then Callan, who was a bit ponderous at that. Binocular up the inside and Brampour at the rear of the field. On towards the next flight, flight number 4 of the 8, and still Overturn leads the way by a length to Celestial Halo. Rock On Ruby in third place under Noel Feely. Then Oscar's Well, Zaidpour and Zarkandar almost together. Hurricane Fly travelling well in the blue jacket behind those, popped over that flight accurately from Brampour, Callan, and finally Binocular now on the inside, but the field possibly packing together rather more than they were, and no problems with the favourite at this stage. Ruby Walsh seems to be sitting pretty quietly as they now race towards the flight going up the hill. This is 4 out, and again Overturn is driven into that flight and really gave Jason Maguire a great jump and lands 2.5 lengths clear of Rock On Ruby and Celestial Halo. Zaidpour, Oscar's Well up the inside. They're followed by Zarkandar, who's pretty well in touch from Hurricane Fly. Binocular on the inside still, Callan and Brampour as they reach the top of the hill and start to run downhill towards 3 out. And Overturn, all he does is gallop. He's trying to stretch them here. Rock On Ruby into second, Celestial Halo coming under pressure. Then Zaidpour, Oscar's Well, Hurricane Fly beginning to make progress. So too is Binocular at the third last. Overturn got in a bit tight this time. Lands a half length ahead of Rock On Ruby as they run towards the second last. Oscar's Well, the white-faced Zaidpour, Hurricane Fly just pushed along to try and close, followed by Binocular and Celestial Halo. They've got a very fast pace from the start. Overturn 2 out with Rock On Ruby. Hurricane Fly needs to pick up a bit in third place and is now ridden by Ruby Walsh as they run round the turn, and it's Rock On Ruby coming a bit wide from Overturn, and they're 4 or 5 lengths clear of Hurricane Fly, who's struggling to get on terms. Then Oscar's Well back in 4th, Binocular and Zaidpour, and it's Rock On Ruby, second last year, who leads the way in the champion hurdle, but he's having a look around at the last, and the others are coming. Overturn is rallying, Hurricane Fly 3rd, Binocular 4th, and Oscar's Well. Rock On Ruby from Overturn, up the hill, Rock On Ruby and Noel Feely drawing away now, and wins the champion, Rock On Ruby, by 4 or 5 lengths to Overturn. Hurricane Fly only 3rd, Zarkandar running on well, might have got 4th, though it's tight with Binocular, Oscar's Well, Brampour, Zaidpour, Celestial Halo, and finally Callan. Well, champion trainer Paul Nicholls had 4 contenders in the field, and he's won it with Rock On Ruby, a horse that was guaranteed to last every yard of the trip. He was second at this meeting last year, over 2.5 miles, and his stamina's really come into play. He looked a little bit green going to the final flight, but he's picked up again on the run-in and stormed up the hill in tremendous style from the long-time leader Overturn, whose jumping was quite superb for most of the race. A tremendous pace all the way. The defending champion Hurricane Fly never really able to land a blow from the second last.
Well, you've just said you were there half an hour too soon. It looked pretty cool from where we were sitting.
Yeah, Harry Fry's done a really good job at this house. I was down in school early in the week, and he felt amazing. You know, he said don't be afraid to send him on, so I did. But I was worried going to the last. He was just pulling up a little bit, but he picked up again after, so that did it.
I mean, he had to find form with Binocular, but he's trounced Binocular today.
Yeah, I think the ground probably suited him a little bit today. He was very, very well on the day, I think.
But no, I mean, for you this is massive. You've had a real torrid time with your wrist broken. You were second jockey to Paul Nicholls. You were riding all the good horses, and now here you are at the top of the hill with the champion hurdle in the bag.
It was worth the wait. It was great.
Well, listen, you're a legend. You're so understated. Well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Rock On Ruby, a 10 and 9 to 1 chance generally this morning, only 8 with Hills, they knew, returned in the end, the 11 to 1 clear 4 favourite, Rock On Ruby. The runner-up Overturn, 7th a year ago at 40 to 1, runner-up today at 20 to 1. And a huge relief. Hundreds of thousands of doubles, trebles accumulated to be lost on Hurricane Fly, the 6 to 4 on favourite, the 7th odds-on chance beaten in the Stan James Champion Hurdle.
Yeah, was it team? Yeah, it's okay.
First champion.